Hello everybody, my name is Kenneth and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be checking out Feel Myself by eaJ, his new release. I really wanted to check this out sooner because I know it's been out since the 14th. However, the heat wave in the UK said no. And before anyone comes at me saying it's not that hot, I've seen people growing bananas in this country. And I'm not going to lie to you, that's never been a possibility until this year. Um, so for us, that's very hot. Um, I'm really looking forward to this. I haven't heard anything musically about it, um, but I'm just really looking forward to it. If you guys know I love eaJ's music, um, and so yeah. Pause warning as always. I am a poser. If that's not for you, that's totally okay. Go support the original song, regardless of whether you like how much or how little I'm going to pause in this. Um, yeah, let's check out "Feel Myself." New. Ooh.
I hate that you met the old me. Long before I met the new me. You knew the me I was ashamed to be. Hurt some people didn't mean it. Say I'm sorry, then repeat it. You was reading on my feelings. Guess I got used to the door.
First of all, I need to pause because I need to go back because that first I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm autistic. I have sensory processing disorder. I didn't catch the first line of that. Um, so far I'm loving. I always love eaJ's voice. But I am loving his voice. I'm loving the atmospheric production. You got obviously the drum, but the accompaniment around the song is very atmospheric and kind of separated, and I like the fact that on his vocals as well there is reverb that almost fills that space. In my head I'm seeing like a circle space, and you got the accompaniment kind of on the edge of this of the space, and then like each in the center, and then as the reverb is added, his voice fills out to the various sections of the circle. Yeah, that's how I think. I am gonna ironically turn it down a little bit, um, because the bass in the accompaniment, I say bass as in like the bass tones, the lower tones, um, were a bit overwhelming for me. But I really want to catch that first line again.
I hate that you met the old me. Long before I met the new me.
I hate that you met the old me. Yeah. Um, if you don't know about what happened back then, um, I'm sure you can find it online. I'm not going to discuss it here. To me, the past is the past. Um, I'm here for eaJ. I'm here for him now. Um, as a fan, as a supporter. Um, that's all I've got to say. As I said, I just wanted to make sure that I heard that first line.
The old me. Long before I met the new me. You knew the me I was ashamed to be. Hurt some people didn't mean it. Say I'm sorry, then repeat it. You was reading on my feelings. Guess I got used to the door. Do you turn on the light? You put your hand on my heart. Then you brought me to life. Yeah, it's gonna be.
I'm sorry. The way the production changed there, you had like a lower harmony there. You had this I don't even know how to describe it, like a high pitched. I don't even know what to call it. We're gonna just call it an accent because I have no idea what that was. Um, it definitely definitely took on a different light. I almost wanted to cry there a little bit with that first verse. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't, but I almost did. Um, Also, I am hearing very kind of spiritual um, messaging here, um, with the um, oh my god, what was the lyric? I'm sorry, I've already my brain does not work sometimes. But I think it was "You stand behind me and show me the light," something like that. Sorry, but um, or is it hard? I'm sorry, it's fine. But yeah, I definitely hear like a spiritual messaging here in the song.
Turn on the light. You put your hand on my
You
heart.
put your hand on my heart. That's what it was.
Yeah, it's gonna be back. Been in this since I was young.
I need to hear that again because I don't know if I was just mishearing it, but it sounded like he said heal myself. Um, and I'm not sure I like that though. I love the art direction of this. Just the way it does feel very um uh, hyper realistic, very removed from reality in the way of like the dark and the light there. Um, I'm very curious if this is if this is a mask, because it kind of looks like a mask, but it also kind of doesn't. Sorry.
Gonna be back.
It definitely sounds like Feel My Heal Myself.
Been in this since I was young. I was living for someone else. Opinions a lot of have none. Try to learn to stop myself.
Oh, it is a mask.
Eating from bite of my tongue. Tell me how to speak. Tell me how to speak. Tell me how to say. To the door. Do you turn on the light? You put your hand on my heart. Then you brought me to life. Yes.
I want to go back to that second verse because it was very. I feel like that was very important. Obviously, each has been in this industry um, in one form or another since he was young. Um, and I just want to kind of hear what he said again. Again, my sensory processing is working overtime. I'm not doing well. I'm sorry.
Been in this since I was young. I was living for someone else. Opinions a lot of have none. Been in this since I was young. I was living for someone else. Opinions a lot of have none. Try to learn to stop myself. Eating from bite of my tongue. Tell me how to speak. Tell me how to speak. Tell me how to say. To the door.
Yeah, so he's talking about there. There's still a couple of lines there that I missed. I'm gonna have to look at the lyrics myself later on. Um, but he's talking obviously about having to be in a kind of strict um persona, um, what he can and can't do, kind of no room for error, told how to be, um, and I can imagine just going back to that first verse about talking about how he was someone he didn't really like to be. Um, Obviously, if you're forced to act in a way that's not you, or do something that's not you, or something like that, um, it can be incredibly draining because you're fighting against like every fiber of your being, um, rather than being able to embrace who you are. When the reason I was unsure about the mask, by the way, I couldn't see the eye parts, um, and so that's my bad on that. Um, but I feel like this music video is so simple and then becomes so complex with these like simple backgrounds, and then like earlier again where you had the very ethereal, um, heavenly versus darkness kind of kind of vibes. Um, it's very interesting. Um, Forgive me, I've noticed the pin Jay's wearing. I don't know what it is. If anyone would like to tell me, um, I would appreciate it. Um, Also, I kind of like, and maybe this is me really, really reading into this, but I really like the kind of the inference because he's wearing a suit. The idea of like being cleaned up, tidied up, showing his best self, um, and also kind of, I guess, feeling comfortable. Obviously, he looks great, and it also kind of leans into the black and white monochromatic color scheme of the music video. Um, but it does also give that kind of um, inference to it. Also, I just realized it's a masquerade ball, but he's not wearing a kind of outfit, but he's not obviously wearing the mask, and so he's not conforming to what those previous people wanted him to be like, which I like.
till you turn on the lights. You put your hand on my heart, then you brought me to life. Yeah, it's gonna be back. It's gonna be back. Got me through when I give up, and it kills my pride 'cause I'm not enough. Will you say it's alright? I got your love. Not enough's enough. I'm enough for you. Got me through when I give up, and it kills my pride 'cause I'm not enough. Will you say it's alright?
That vocal in the background there as well.
Not enough's enough.
The texture of that,
Yeah, it's gonna be back.
I really, really like that. I really, really like that. I loved the lyric here in this bridge, like middle eight section. Oh my God, sorry, my brain is blanking. I really wanted to check this song out, and I'm so sorry that I'm not like. I promise I am paying attention. My brain is just not working right now. Um, but there was a lyric about obviously talking about like how you'd given up, and then like we said like it's all right. Um, Obviously I'm paraphrasing. Um, but I just loved that with what happened in Jay's past, um, that people were able to give him a second chance. You know that, and was able to um, build a support around him a little bit. Um, I don't mean that parasocially. I just mean as like fans to artist, and things like that. Um, I really like this. Um, I also want to say really quickly, in the chorus, I loved that you had obviously the main kind of vocal line, but then you had, and I'm assuming he did the harmony, slash the voice, but you also had like a pitch shifted like high harmony section check, whatever you want to call it, um, and then the way that it just ends, um, it feels like quiet defiance. Just like you walk into a room, um, and then like I don't know, you maybe you're not expected to be there, and you just say, "Hi, I'm here," and then you leave like your reaction, everyone's else's reactions to paint the picture as it were, rather than saying like, "I need to be here," "I should be here," that kind of thing. It's just like I'm here. Yeah. I'm so sorry if I haven't made any sense with this. today. Um, yeah. This is really good. Um, I'm so sorry if you heard that. That was my stomach. Um, um, so, so, so I really, really like the song. Um, okay, so I really, really like the song. Um, it's often a complaint of mine, that songs are too short. Um, but I like this. Um, Pac-Man is one of my favorite songs, and that is one of the shortest songs I think I've ever listened to. Um, so yeah. Um, or wait, was LA Traffic shorter? I'm trying to think. I can't I can't remember how long songs are. But Pac-Man always comes into my head. Um, this was short but sweet and said exactly what it needed to say. Um, I liked the way that the chorus also kind of sounded kind of choral. Obviously, I mentioned earlier there was a spiritual kind of theme running throughout. I do know that he just found faith, and I'm happy for him, for doing so. Um, and it's very interesting the way he's able to weave that into his music. Um, as someone who is not of faith, um, a lot of times when there is kind of faith in music, it's done in a way that feels a little bit excluding to people that are not of faith. Um, but here, I think he did it in such a nice way, not in a way of like pandering or anything. He shared how his how his faith is helping him, but he's not expecting anyone else to find faith or to follow in the same footsteps or anything like that. Um, and so I really really respect that. Um, Yeah, I find it really, really interesting the way with the mask because when I was part of the reason that I was confused if it was a mask, as I said, was the eyes. I couldn't see like the indents for the eyes properly, through the early part of the music video. It looks like if I'm because I'm scrubbing, it's about just under halfway, I think. No, I lied. Yeah, it's just over halfway into the music video, roughly, where he actually wears it. If it happened earlier, I'm really sorry. As I said, I'm really struggling with my processing right now. Um, but yeah, so I found it really interesting, uh, that he puts the mask on towards closer to the end than the beginning, um, especially given the song's topic and the song's meaning. Um, I wonder, if the design of the mask is significant, um, because it kind of looks, um, it kind of looks, very flat. And what I mean by flat is it looks like a blank canvas on which you could paint detail. Obviously, it's not physically flat, but like it's intentionally obscuring, um, any part of, his facial features, anything that like are immediately recognizable, rememberable. Um, and so obviously in the beginning he talked about kind of not having his own autonomy a little bit, um, and like in and like maybe even like extend that to like being able to show his true personality. Um, and so I wonder if that maybe has something to do with why the mask is designed the way it is. Um, I know I asked about the pin. Is that something to do with his charity collection that he was doing? I apologize. I am aware of it. Um, I wasn't in a position. I don't even think did they do international shipping? I'm not sure. I know I wasn't in a position financially to help contribute to that. Um, but if that's what it was, please let me know. Um, yeah, I like as well at the end you have I say the end, close to the end, before it comes back to eaJ in this stone floored room. So obviously it's like a soundstage, but like um the stone floored room, there is a rebirth there. Um, and it's interesting as well, I think, with how the song ends audibly, like audio wise. Um, the mask is still there. Um, and so it's almost like because he puts it on midway through, it's almost like maybe there's a nervousness there, um, about putting yourself back out there, kind of showing the breadth of yourself and your personality and stuff. And so he takes it off. He has this like kind of rebirth, if you like, um, and then but then there's still this maybe anxiety a little bit or insecurity or something that has him still hold it as like a comfort because at the end he definitely doesn't put it on. I don't think. Yeah, I think the closest he gets, yeah, he like puts it to his lips almost. I think like he's kissing it, almost like he's thanking it for what it did for him, maybe, or what it has done for him. I'm not sure. It's really, really interesting though. Um, Also, I do again want to clarify when I said flat, I wasn't meaning that in a way of a negative to the person who made the mask. It's a very intricate and interesting design for a mask. But I just want to clarify that. Um, it's also interesting the levels that we have in the song. I say in the song in the music video, because you have again it feels like a tenuous thing, tenuous movement, but like he starts on the floor, um, um, and there's almost like ironically a childlike kind of to it, to his posture. Then he stands up, but he looks unconfident, and I don't mean that as like each as a person looks unconfident. I mean like he looks like he's portraying this lack of confidence, um, and that's kind of then augmented by the emptiness of the space around him. Um, and then it's kind of like in the beginning it's these very kind of quick, I say quick, but it's he's down, he's up, he's down, he's up. And then when the I want to say second verse more than the chorus, um, then he actually looks like no, he's still kind of okay, so by the second verse I feel like he's kind of standing up more than he was in the first. But there's definitely still that kind of anxiety feels too strong a word, but that's the only word I can think of. And then it's really after um, the rebirth that he feels, and I'm calling it rebirth. I hope that's not disrespectful to anyone of faith. Um, but it's after that where he kind of stands, and you've got obviously that ending that's kind of final. It's definitive. Um, and again, there's a strength to it. And so it's interesting that it comes after that after that I'm calling it a rebirth. After that section, um, where he feels confident to stand. And again, it's almost like he's thankful to the mask for getting him to where he is, but now he's ready to stand by himself, like stand alone. Um, I don't know if I'm just making this up. I don't know if I'm just pulling this out of my butt. um, but I hope these thoughts are making up for me struggling in the beginning of the video. But no, I really like that. If that is what that's my interpretation. If it's wrong, it's wrong. But I really like that. If that is close to the intended interpretation. Obviously, music we can have all have different interpretations. But if it's close to what eaJ was setting out, I really like it. Um, yeah. Um, as I said, regardless of if you guys like or dislike how I react to things, please go and support the song. It's a new beginning for eaJ. It's a new start. It's a new era. Um, please go and support this and his releases going forward, and also check out his older releases too. Um, but yeah, please do. Thank you guys so much for watching. Um, and yeah, again, I'm really sorry about the beginning of the video. Um, this is, as I said, this is why I have a pause warning. I often feel insecure, actually, believe it or not, despite giving a pause warning, because I know some people don't listen to it. Um, but I often do feel insecure, like having to go back if I miss something, like, because it's fully it's a me issue of as I said, I do have sensory processing issues, um, and so I wanted to perceive as much as I could. Um, Especially for a song like this where it is so important. Um, so yeah, I hope that's okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Support the song. And, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here for eaJ. And yeah, okie doke. Bye everyone. Goodbye.